Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Chef D, and I'm here to give you the winning ingredients for your Sunday night football matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Las Vegas Raiders. We have this very intriguing matchup between Patrick Mahomes and Derek Carr. But before I deep dive into that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Also follow me on Twitter and Instagram at MessageSD. And also sign up for the Patreon. You get exclusive content here, one-on-ones. You get value plays. You get stars. You get punt plays and bets. All is included in this package. If you have any questions, let me know. Okay? Now let's get into this matchup we have here. Chiefs trying to bounce. Now, Chiefs are trying to continue on their roll. Raiders are trying to bounce back after a loss against the Giants. And let's see who our favorite captains are going to be. Now, we have to pick and choose our spots because there's specific matchups for each and every player that we got going on right here. First person we're going to talk about will be Patrick Mahomes, all right? This is going to be one of our captain mentions. Obviously, if we're going to have him in as a captain, he has to absolutely go off. That means he needs one of his old performances. I don't know what's been happening week 9 and week 8. They're playing solid defense, scoring when they need to, and just ending the game pretty much. No big explosive plays have happened since the beginning of the season, where he was hitting 36, 28, 32, 27. He was having big games, and now after their little losing streak, they're kind of, redefined themselves just a little bit, and they haven't fully awakened yet. But Patrick Mahomes, any game that can happen. So he's going to be one of our top tier options at that captain spot. But for what you're looking from him is that passing to go with the rushing, because he has solid games where he has 35 yards rushing, 61 yards rushing, 45 yards rushing. He can even run it in for a touchdown like he did in week 1. So that is the upside for him. All right, it doesn't matter whatever points allowed to the quarterback is for the Raiders, because currently right now, if I go to it, the Raiders are giving up, the 7th most point? They're like ranked 7th, okay? That is because their run defense is so bad. That's why that it's leaning towards more running backs and less to quarterbacks. But we know how the Kansas City Chiefs run their offense, so he's going to be one of our top tier options. Next guy we're going to look at will be Tyreek Hill, okay? Tyreek Hill, explosive wide receiver. One catch can take it to the house. These are guys we're going to have to focus on. Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes. We're going to need to find value. But each and every game, especially coming off a poor game like 7 points against the Green Bay Packers, the targets were there. That some drops happened. I don't know. It was bad weather. And he had an unfortunate outing. The week prior, he had 27 fantasy points. He's going like he's doing a little seesaw, if you're looking at the fantasy points. Good game, bad game. Good game, bad game. All right? See? 40, and then he had a bad game. He had 2 bad games, and then he had a 50. Then he had a bad game, then he had 22. And it's just going back and forth. Not saying that's just a pattern I noticed, but we already understand the type of talent Tyreek Hill is. And there's absolutely no corner, especially on the Raiders side, that can corral him and or Travis Kelce. They just released their first-round pick in Arnett. So who's another corner. There's major problems on that Las Vegas side. Okay, I don't know how they're trying to keep it all together, but it's looking like they're crashing right now. Next guy we're going to look at, if they have any chance to stay in this game, the only option they have pretty much besides Darren Waller will be Derek Carr. Derek Carr needs to get the ball to Darren Waller and their other playmakers, which are kind of limited as of this moment. But Derek Carr is going to be that guy that can create something and make this game a little bit more competitive than what it's supposed to be. So Derek Carr, we like him at a QB position. We'll throw him there at the flex. And if we're looking at fantasy points allowed to quarterbacks, currently the Kansas City Chiefs are 31st right here at the top. Second worst right here. So this is our little avenue to pick some Raiders. All right, we can pick Derek Carr and match him with one of his top tier wide receivers and or tight ends. They're giving up 267 yards and almost 2 TDs per quarterback. So that's a positive that we're going to look for if we're choosing Raiders. Derek Carr is definitely going to be in the pool. Travis Kelce will be our next option. These are the most talented receiving options in the NFL. That's Tyreek Hill and that's Travis Kelce. You're going to want to have to try to have both plus Patrick Mahomes in there. I think in this game script, because I want to lean a little bit somewhere else, I think we should have Patrick Mahomes and or Hill or Kelce, because I like another option on the Kansas City side if we're going to exploit matchups, okay? So, like I said, obviously Kelce is going to be in the pool, but we need to find value. So let's continue down. Darren Waller at 9,600 in your flex, or you can put him as your captain at 14,400. This is pretty much their option. All right. Darren Waller is the alpha dog on the Raiders side. He's going to be getting the majority of targets and the ball. 7 receptions, 11 targets, 92 yards. Didn't get in end zone. I can see that happening this week against Kansas City's up and down defense, but they have looked better as of late. They're playing a little more confident, a little more swag. Tre'Davious Ward is stepping up as a cornerback. They still have Honey Badger, so the upside is there, but we need to pick out some of the weaknesses on the Kansas City Chiefs side. Darren Waller is a unicorn, so he could do anything. All right, he could do anything. Go get you some Darren Waller. All right, now let's pick out the other options. All right, I'm not really going the Josh Jacobs route. He can be in the player pool. He's just very consistent. He's very consistent. If you find enough talent for him, then yes, he's going to be in the pool each and every week, putting over 10 fantasy points per game each and every week. You can guarantee on it. You can bank it. Look at that. 17, 10, 16, 15, 15. Very key guy in this matchup. We're going to put him in as a flex. He's a definite. There's so many options you can go. Someone's going to have to be sacrificed. This is tough. This is really tough. All right, next, Hunter Renfrow. If the ball's not going to Darren Waller, a lot of guys were on Bryan Edwards. We're still waiting for that boom week on him. But Hunter Renfrow is the number 2 wide receiver. He's the safety guy for Derek Carr because he can win on 1-on-1s. He has elite route running ability. That's why he's able to catch 7 receptions on 8 targets, 7 receptions for 9 targets in the TD. This is someone he can, if everything goes wrong with Darren Waller, he knows Hunter Renfrow will be there open and catch that ball. That is going to be another great option. So this is all the tier 1 guys. We got Tyreek Hill, we got Derek Carr, we got Travis, we got Waller and Jacobs. Then the tier 2 guys, we're going to start off with Hunter Renfrow. So let me clear out this. We'll throw in Hunter Renfrow and we're going to move on. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is still on the IR. So we got to go to the next running back. And this is going to be the biggest weakness in the game, and that's the Las Vegas Raiders running defense. And Darrell Williams is the lead back for the Kansas City Chiefs. I think I like him. This is one of the options I want to go to in this game. That's going to be a little bit more contrarian because they obviously got to pay up for Kelce, pay up for Hill. Darrell Williams is going to be one of those forgotten guys, but he's getting a lot of work. 19 carries, 70 yards against Green Bay, and also chipped in 3 receptions. The week before, he chipped in 6 receptions. So the usage is a plus. The rushing upside is a plus, and the matchup is as well. So this can be a very sneaky captain spot. I think I can go with him and then fill in the rest of your lineup. I think he's cheap enough where you can still fit in some expensive guys. Mecole Hardman is the number 3 wide receiver technically. Getting some chip in targets right there, 6, 7, and 5 the last previous 3 to 4 weeks, and some fumble issues as well. But if you need a Hail Mary guy, Mecole Hardman can be that option. We're going to continue to go down. I'm not really going defenses in this game. There's a lot of variance in that, and you can get an upper hand if you just fade defenses. There's rare occasions that defenses are really winning you in your lineup builds. Okay. Next guy we're going to speak about will be Bryan Edwards, and we've just been waiting. Been very patient on this. He's had some breakout games, but not fully broken out. Against Philly, solid game, 3 catches, 43 yards, and a touchdown. He had a previous game earlier in the year, in week 1 and week 3, where he came out and showed some ability that we saw in that preseason. But Bryan Edwards is still a big X factor. He can be one of the cheaper bottom level flex options for your lineups. If we're looking at kicker, which is going to be those next options, Harrison Bucker, CARLSON for both opposite sides of the spectrum. If I'm thinking about, I'm leaning more the Kansas City Chiefs because they can move the ball more. They might have more opportunities. But also, if you think about it, Raiders, if they can't get the ball in the end zone, then CARLSON is one of the more efficient kickers in the league. He was top 5 last year, actually, and he's still been very solid this year as a kicker for the Las Vegas Raiders. So they're going to be both in play, Bucker and CARLSON. The acquisition of DeSean Jackson, just letting you know, he's on the Raiders. I'm really not going this route. This is a very big boom bust play. But just let you know, he is there. He is there. A lot of people are just going to be like, D Jackson, what? I would avoid that situation. A cheap option that I do like will be Kenyan Drake. This is their passing down back right here. Obviously, Josh Jacobs is getting that work, and you saw the consistency there. But look, they lost. They lost Henry Ruggs tragically, and now Kenyan Drake. They're kind of using their 2 running backs as an extension of the pass game. So now Kenyan Drake is coming in, getting solid work with the rushing and getting receiving opportunity. Against Denver, 2 receptions. Against Philly, 3 receptions. And then against the Giants, 6 receptions on 8 targets for 70 yards. That is big. They could do with a little bit that they were down, but it wasn't a blowout. So this is probably their regular offense. I love Kenyan Drake as one of the cheaper options. Definitely over these 2 kickers. Kenyan Drake is a fill-in right there at that bottom flex. Let's continue on. Byron Pringle is another wide receiver option that's getting solid snap share. But that's another Hail Mary. This is on the lines of DeSean Jackson. So you would really have to get lucky at that bottom flex spot. Continue down below, and we're going to keep going. Demarcus Robinson is a wide receiver option, but he's number 4. Peyton Barber is the 3rd running back on the Raiders side. But I think the last guy we're going to look at will be Derek Gore. This man, he's been coming in sparingly for Darrell Williams on some third downs, on just if they're moving the ball, extended drives. Derek Gore comes in, and he's been running the ball pretty well. I've been pretty impressed from him. I saw him on that Monday Night Football game against the Giants, 11 carries, 48 yards, and a TD, so the upside is there. Now, like I said, it's a bottom flex play only because he's only 1,500. Not telling you to put him in the captain spot. Do not do that. But some of the usage is a positive to get you boosted up on the top of these tournaments. Have a bottom layer guy like Derek Gore that cheap, getting some usage, opportunities in the red zone, and at this price, by all means, let's play some Derek Gore. 3 carries last week, got a reception as well. But it might be on game script. I was really impressed that with the 11 carries, it didn't fully translate in the next week, but we will see this one because the matchup is so good against the Las Vegas Raiders. They're giving up a ton of rushing yards and TDs to running backs. All right, and that's going to be the last guy we're going to look at. Everyone else snap shares pretty low. If you really struggling with salary, then you could throw a 2nd tier or 3rd tier tight end down here, like a Blake Bell or a Noah Gray, just to throw in at the bottom. But I would probably avoid that. Stick with the tier 1, tier 2 guys and these tier 3 guys we got going here. Some solid guys like Hunter Renfrow getting consistent routes and catches. Kenyan Drake getting consistent. And a late fill-in would be like Derek Gore if I'm looking at the Kansas City side. All right. that is going to be our breakdown for the Sunday Night Football matchup this week. Let me know in that comment section down below if you have any other options, any other leans for captains or flex positions that I did not speak about. We can definitely go over that in that comment section down below. Guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MetsNetJSD, and I'll be back with another video very soon. Peace out, guys.